Hello everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and in today's video we're going to be discussing how do you know what is the best CDL job for you to get once you get your CDL license with us or with anybody else. So if you've been to our school itself, one of the cool things about being a student at the best driving school in the country, which is Driving Academy, located in Linden, New Jersey, is that you get lifetime job placement, which means it's our job to help you find a job up until the day you die. So that being said, if you did not go to our school, I'm sorry to hear that, but let me help you out and maybe picking which job might be the best option for you. So once you get your CDL license, some people who don't go to our school, they kind of have a hurdle to kind of jump through. They're trying to look for jobs. They might have gone to a school that's not really known, or they might have gone to a place where they don't really get that much experience, which means they don't have good relationships with different companies. So they'll find the hurdle of saying, hey, no jobs are hiring right now because I got no experience. That's one thing our students never really hear. So our students, they get a choice in life, and that's one of the cool things about coming to our school, because you truly get yourself on your road to freedom. And freedom here means that you have choices. So what are the choices that you're going to have once you get your CDL license? It's going to be a very important choice of where do you want to work, what type of company you want to work for, and what kind of sector in the CDL industry do you want to work in. So to kind of make it very, very simple, I know this decision can change the entirety of your life, but if you come here, if you make the wrong decision the first time, no big deal, just come on back, because we have lifetime job placement. So if you want to find out more information about our program itself and how you can get lifetime job placement by being a graduate here, just give our team a call, 908-525-3649. We're here to help you out any which way that we can. So once you get your CDL license, you're going to have three different options. You're going to have local, regional, and over the road. L for local, R for regional, OTR for over the road. So there's going to be a few different categories that we are actually going to be kind of classifying, and everybody is going to have a different answer for this stuff, right? So if you're somebody who, we're going to kind of go through what are some pros and what are some cons for each one of those categories. And if you're somebody who says, hey, I identify with this, these are the topics that are important to me, then we're going to make sure it's very clear for you which direction you should go. So that's pretty much, I'm not here to give you the answer, because I know everyone here is different. So let's see where you fit in. Is it going to be local? Is it going to be regional? Or is it going to be over the road? So let's talk about it. The first thing that a lot of people talk about is home time. So let's talk about home time. Home time means the actual time that you actually come home and get to spend with your loved ones, or maybe you're living by yourself, maybe you got a few girlfriends on the side, whatever it is, it's your prerogative. You do what you got to do. So if you're going to go local, that technically means you're going to be home within a 24-hour period, because you're going within the local state, or you're going outside the state, but you're usually coming home on a daily basis. These trucks are called day cab vehicles, which means there's no sleeper in the back, which means you're just driving them throughout the day. So if home time is important to you, local is definitely going to be a check mark in your book. Now, home time, when it comes to regional technically means that you're going to be out for about a week, right? So you could be out for 5 days, 3 days, and then you come home for a day or two, and then head on back out, and you kind of have that simple rotation there. So that being said, if home time, local, it could be something, so we'll put a question mark here. I know that's a weird kind of question mark. I haven't been to school in a while, but we'll call this a question mark. Now, if you wanted to go, say, I got nothing at home, I don't really need to be home that much, it doesn't really matter to me, then you're the kind of guy who has to go over the road. So over the road, one of the cool things here is you get to travel the country. Some people over the road, they stay out for as long as they want. On average, you're going to stay out for about 3 to 4 weeks on average. Some people choose to stay out 2 to 3 months, depending on what kind of situation that they're living in. And some people say, hey, I want to travel. This is what I want to do. I want to see the entire country. I've seen everything at home. I got nothing at home for me. Let me kind of expand and spread my wings. Now, over the road is kind of where you want to kind of start going into. So, that being said, let's talk about the next category. The next category is going to be pay. Of course, money is important to a lot of people. Is it truly important to you? So, pay. When it comes to local work, you're going to get paid hourly. On average, if you have no experience, hourly pay is going to be a little bit lower than average. If you have a Class A right now, you're talking anywhere from $20 to $25 an hour coming out of school with no experience if you come and graduate with us. Now, if you do not come to graduate with us, you might be getting jobs that are offering you lower, because those schools are not as reputable, and they probably don't have the relationships that we have. We have companies giving us a call pretty much daily asking us for our drivers, no matter what their experience level. And their starting off pay is pretty high. So hourly, and that, again, depending on the school that you go to, depends on what you're going to be like. Now, if you decide to go regional, then you're going to start getting paid by the mile. So that means the more miles you drive, the more money you can make. Regional work, again, depends on the company that you're working for. Here, average starting salary, I would say $35,000 to $55,000 a year, coming right out of school with no experience. And then over the road, you're also going to get paid by the mile. But because you're driving more, you're going to be making a lot more as well. So in that category itself, you're talking anywhere from that $55,000 to $65,000, $70,000 right out of school range with no experience. And that's because you get to drive a whole lot more. So you get a whole lot more miles under your belt, and you get a whole lot more money in your pocket itself. So next one is going to be travel. So if traveling is important to you, then local is probably not the option for you. Local means you're going to be pretty much stuck in traffic, especially in this local area here. You might be taking a trip up to Boston, maybe taking like a 4-hour trip or a 6-hour trip to come on back here. You can drive a total of 11 hours in one day. So you might be doing a trip like that, but in this tri-state area, you're not going to be doing a whole lot of much travel. You're going to be dropping off at different warehouses, and usually once you get into a company, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. So if excitement's important to you, local might not be the best option. Regional, you're definitely going to have some more travel than local. When it comes to regional work, here you're talking about maybe the East Coast. So maybe you're going to be going down to Georgia and back. Maybe you'll go down to Florida and back, up to Maine, and so on and so forth. So if you're in this tri-state area, you might be going maybe out as far to Chicago or Ohio, right? So those are all type of regional routes. We're not going to be out there for weeks on end. You'll be out for a few days and then come on back to this local hub that we have here. And if you really, really like travel, we'll give this over the road 2 check marks, and that means you have pretty much no idea where you're going to end up. So when it comes to over the road work itself, that means you're not going from point A to point B and back to point A. You're going from point A to point B to point C to point D to point Z to point X, and you're going kind of all over the place, which is going to give you the most excitement, the most amount of travel. And if you're kind of doing this on your own owner-operator type of thing, or maybe you're dealing with a bigger company, there's instances where you can talk to the dispatcher and say, hey, can you put me in this direction? Hey, I want to kind of go to Colorado. I want to go to the West Coast. I want to go down south to Texas. And they'll find loads and load boards that kind of guide you to where you want to go in that part of the country. Or you can kind of just go for the money and search those load boards and see where you can make the most amount of money, no matter where it's going to take you. And it's just kind of like a cool ride. On your way there, you start looking for work that's going to get you to the next level. So over the road is definitely for those adventurers, it's for the people who want to travel the country. Now, when it comes to training is important for people. A lot of people say, why do I need training? I got my CDL license already. Well, we tell people all the time, just because you got your CDL license does not make you a professional. We're here to pretty much help you pass a CDL road test. We're not here to get you to become a professional truck driver, because simply it's not enough time. They say you need 10,000 hours of doing something before you can master it. The only way you can do that is by more repetition. So depending on the company that you choose to work for, you being brand new right out of school, they all have different kind of training programs itself. So when you're talking to local companies, these are usually smaller companies, I should say, and the training here is, in most cases, of course not all cases, is subpar. So I would say, let's put an arrow kind of down. They do have some training. They're not just going to give you a key and say, okay, go to Brooklyn, but they'll probably put you in with somebody for a little bit and you kind of get going. Now, if you want to go local, make sure you ask this question when you're doing the interview itself, right? Now, when you're going to go regional over the road, I would say these are the same type of companies. Companies that do regional are the same type of companies that do over the road, which are bigger companies, and they are pretty much experienced with hiring brand new students or brand new people with the CDL license. So they have their own training program that they designed, and you're going to kind of go through an orientation process. So here, I'll say the training is definitely going to increase your skills, right? And here, double increase your skills because you're going to be driving a lot more. So the way the training program works with these two options here is going to be, usually they're going to kind of test your skills to see what your base level is, and then it's usually anywhere from a 2 to 4 week program. In some companies it's even 6 weeks. And the way it's going to work is first they're going to kind of test your skills on your maneuvers, and then they'll put you in the truck with a trainer and make sure you have a good enough time to make sure you're comfortable before they give you your own truck. I mean, think about it. When's the last time you trusted somebody enough that you just met to say, hey, here's the keys to a $100,000 truck. Now, don't mess it up, right? So that's why the companies actually have to do that itself. So out of all this kind of diagram that you see here, only you can decide which one is the best for you. If you need help on getting your CDL license, because you're definitely going to need your CDL license before you even get into this part, you want to come to the best driving school around, which is Driving Academy. You can give us a call, 908-525-3609. We're open up 7 days a week, and we have payment plans where all you need to get started is $500 down. One of the cool things about our school is that we can guarantee that you walk away with a CDL license with our guaranteed training program. So how that works is we're going to give you over 100 hours of training plus unlimited tries at the test, which means you're going to keep going for the test until you pass at no extra cost to you, and all you got to do is show up, right? So we're gonna guide you the whole way. You have to put in the work. We'll kind of show you the way to go. Our mission is to help 1 million people get on the road to freedom. So what are you waiting for? You're part of that million. I want you part of the team. Give us a call, 908-525-3609. Say you don't want to talk to anybody right now. You want to figure out what the pricing is. Take a virtual school tour. CDLDrivingAcademy.com/tour. CDLDrivingAcademy.com/tour. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.